Hello, Abby, Dustin Dude, Elfie, and LT Bago. Welcome everybody to another stream. Thank you, Elfie and LT Bago, for redeeming your daily flowers. Dustin and Abby, I don't know if this is probably something I introduced since you've been watching regularly. Dustin, I know you've been busy with work a lot. I have a daily channel point redeem now, sort of modelled on the ones that a lot of other channels have. But rather than just telling you how many times you've redeemed it, it gives you a flower every day. So feel free to use that. Abby is complaining that this is not a Stacklands stream. I have never played Stacklands before. So, yeah, it isn't. Sorry about that. But a reminder that I do have a game request redemption. So if you have 10,000 channel points saved up and you would like me to play Stacklands, then by all means go ahead and suggest it. I do have a pending game request from Equi for a game called Roll, which looks like a dice-based puzzle game. So that will be coming in the slot next week. But I can always accommodate more games in the future. That's fine. Completely said the wrong game. Damn, not Dorfromantik. This is also not a Dorfromantik stream. I know I sort of half promised it that it would be one. I'm hoping that Ophelia comes back and is here for Dorf. It makes sense to do Dorf when Ophelia is here because I know she's a big fan of it. And it's always been on my Friday slot before now. So what I think I'll probably do is on Friday do a little bit of Dorf and then go back into Monsters Expedition. There's probably not a whole stream's worth of Dorf to do because as I said on Discord, I've probably sort of it's run its course, but there's a different monthly mode challenge every month. So I want to go revisit it at least once a month to see how I get on with the monthly challenge. Dustin Dude says, gonna keep unpacking. Wait, I should play the game. Are you referring to the unpacking game, Dustin? That is another one that I have played on the stream. And I know you're a fan of it, but I thought you'd 100%ed it. I'm not sure. It's one of those games that doesn't have that much replayability value, I think, once you've completed all the levels. Dustin and Abby are both saying they need Selp. But isn't it like 2 p.m. there, Dustin? That might be a little early to go to sleep. I can't remember where Abby is, but it's not bedtime for either of you. No more work, says Dustin. Yeah, well, this is your last year, isn't it, of your college course? So you need to be putting all your time into studying, I guess. So on the one hand, I guess you might be in some streams because you won't be working, but also I wouldn't want to distract you from the important work of your college course. Time to retire. I'm afraid that's still at least 40 years off, possibly more. I wonder what the state pension age will be by the time you retire, Dustin. I probably won't even have one by then. Abby entirely said the wrong game. But thank you, Abby, for redeeming the first flower in your garden. And same with Harry. Oh, you got Sandthorn. That's a nice flower. I'm glad you're starting a little garden as well. Dustin is not interested in a garden. LT Bago is complaining that I'm not playing Pyjamas Sam 3. You are what you eat from your head to your feet. Once again, T-Bagger, and I know you can afford this. I do have a game request feature, but I might not play that one. I do reserve the right to decline a request. Dustin Dude said, I thought placing 3 tiles in Dwarf took 4 hours. Have you been watching Ophelia's streams, Dustin? It doesn't take me 4 hours to play 3 tiles in Dwarf. I have the speedrun world record in Dwarf. I am capable of placing many tiles very quickly. Just not always arranged very nicely or scoring well. But yes, this monthly mode is not that. It's not that big. Like the size of the monthly mode levels does vary a lot. Sometimes it's only 50 tiles and then it's done. This one is a bit bigger than that, but there's no quests. It's perfect placements only, so it's inherently limited. Basically, if you're given X tiles and you can only do perfect placements, then the largest possible dwarf you can build is a hexagon with a perimeter of length X. Because then all the ones in between that would be perfect. Yes, Abby is on winter break right now, so you just sleep a lot. Well, what else is break for anyways? Gaming and watching Twitch streams, Abby. In between your nap breaks, you need to have a gaming sessions, obviously. But I mean, well, to answer your question seriously, it's for whatever you want it to be for. But as long as you're enjoying yourself. Can't wait to have 9 hours of homework a day starting next week. Dear. I hope it's not quite that bad, Abby. But good luck with your studies as well. Obviously, both you and Dustin are in college at the moment. Dustin forgot talking to the Dwarf Speedrun world record holder. Hello, Dragon Girl, everybody. Please be sure to check out Dragon Girl 89's stream, especially if you're a fan of Eco. Which is like an open world survival crafting game, but it's like, imagine if Minecraft was realistic. It's that sort of game. It's like Minecraft with a proper tech tree and machinery and stuff. And thank you very much, Dragon, for raiding with your party of 5 viewers. Thank you in particular to Grandcastfro. I assume you came in on the raid. Thank you very much for following. Don't worry, we will get into some gameplay soon. I hope you enjoy Islanders, which is what we're playing today. Good luck to Abby, who is majoring in Pokemon, says Dustin. You would think so. Looking at Abby's Pokemon knowledge, you might be forgiven for thinking that he's majoring in Pokemon. Yes, which is one of the things that Break is for, of course. Hello, Ren. Welcome in, and thank you very much for subscribing for your 2nd month. I hope you enjoy the stream. Don't forget to pick up your complimentary of the day. Yep, you're way ahead of me there. You've got the time leave speed well. Anyway, how about we do some gameplay? Sounds like a good idea. So, last week we did Untitled Goose Game, and I think one stream was quite enough for that. So I have been looking for chill, easy, casual puzzle games once again, and I have settled on Islanders, which is... I guess it's like a city building game, but it's obviously an island themed city building game. And I'll explain it as we go along, but I've played it a little bit and thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me see, maybe put the chat here so it doesn't interfere. There's going to be stuff at the bottom of the screen. Hello, Mike Claroni. Look who it is. Well, yes, I assume you've also come in with Dragon. My VIP, Mike Claroni, who made a very, very generous donation of gift subs on my first ever affiliate stream, and has a VIP badge for that reason. So thank you once again for that, Mike Claroni. Ren, you lurked through some of the Scrabble yesterday and forgot to get your flower. Ah, yes, it's one of those habits that you have to get into. But that's okay. You know, the quality over quantity, right? Just because a garden has lots of plants in it doesn't mean it's a good garden. Maybe yours is carefully selected flowers that complement each other. Dragon Girl 89, thank you for being cute. I thoroughly agree with that sentiment. Feel free to pick up your flower of the day if you would like one. Anyway, let's sort the sound out. I think I've got the sound level of this game in a good spot, but as usual, let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, too sideways. And I will start a new game. Yes, I'm currently in a game. There's actually a leaderboard for this game. Obviously, I haven't scored very much at the moment, but I do wonder if perhaps the leaderboard has been hacked because these are the top scores. Based on my knowledge of how the scoring works in this game, I don't think these are realistically attainable. So unlike Dwarf, we're not going to be leaderboard climbing in this game. We're just going to be chilling out and enjoying ourselves. So yeah, let me finish that game. Do a new one. Score mode. Ah, you got a field forget-me-not, Dragon. Very nice. So the way that this game works, you have an island, and at the moment there's not much here. We're going to be building some buildings. There is a score counter on the left. When you fill up that, so when I score 20 points, I get to pick a new building pack, and that will give me some number of buildings all around the same theme, which I can place. This little icon on the right, this will gradually fill up as I score more and more points, and once it's full, I get to go to another island. And the game ends when I run out of points, when I run out of buildings to place, then because I didn't get enough points. So right now I have a field and a mill, and each building not only scores points for placing it, but also scores points for having certain types of building within range of it. So each building has a little sphere around it, and then it depends what other buildings are in that sphere. So a field will give me 5 points for having a mill within its radius, and a mill will give me 4 points for having a field within its radius. So I think I get 1 extra point if I build the mill first and then build the field next to it. Yeah, so you can see the bonuses being applied. And thank you for the woof, Abby. That was caught me by surprise. Because I made it to 20 points, I get to choose another pack. Let's go with the lumber pack this time. Abby says, I named 689 of the, I think, 1024 Pokemon from memory. I don't know exactly how many there are. It seems to keep going up. Like, they didn't release a new generation, they released some DLC or something, because I had to add, like, 6 new Pokemon to my Pokemon lexicon, which obviously isn't the whole game's worth. Just a few days ago, and then got to 803 with the help of your now girlfriend, which is pretty good, I think. She owes you a whole ass Nintendo Switch once you learn all of them. Well, first of all, Abby, congratulations on having a girlfriend who is nerdy enough to be impressed by your Pokemon memorization. That's definitely an achievement. And yeah, I mean that's certainly a lot more than I could name. Ren says Pac-Man Championship Edition DX had a replay feature. The highest scoring games all had replays available. The mysterious 2 billion point games had unremarkable replays with mediocre scores. In their case, I think there was some kind of score reporting glitch, but the scores never got removed or corrected. Yeah, so having replay features is a replay feature is definitely one way to try to counter leaderboard cheating. It's still possible to like do the equivalent of a TAS on some games and have a run where the replay validates and it matches the leaderboard score, but you know, it was cheated in some other way. But yes, that is something that a lot of games do. This is just a simple little indie game, so obviously it doesn't do anything like that. Dragon, are you going to lurk a little before bedtime? No problem. Once again, thank you for raiding in. T-Bago has, the correct number of Pokemon, 1025. So what we have here is Sawmill and Lumberjack, and we have 3 of each, so this gets a bit more complicated. You want the Lumberjacks to be near trees, funnily enough. Each one gets 3 points per tree and 5 points per Sawmill, but loses 6 points for every other Lumberjack within range. The Sawmills get 7 points per Lumberjack, lose 12 points for every other Sawmill in range. So you have to, it's quite some calculation to do to see how much anything would score. Fortunately, you can just sort of drag these around the map and see, okay, what's it going to score? And the maximum score is going to be like here, with all these trees in range. But because of the way the game mechanics work, I think we maximise our score by doing some sort of arrangement where each Lumberjack sees 2 groups of trees, but they don't see each other. I'm not sure if that's actually possible. I know this one can see 2 groups of trees, and then this one can see 2 groups of trees. 10 points. I think this can only see 1 group of trees now for 3 points. Yeah, okay. And then with the Sawmills, we'd want to have each one seeing 2 of these, but without them seeing each other. So yeah, I mean this is sort of almost micro optimization of the score. You don't need this level of perfection to advance to the next tier here and get a new building. It's quite fun. It's fun for somebody who likes optimizing things to play a game like this and try and get the best possible score. Says someone in the stream used text-to-speech to list all the Pokemon. It took over 30 minutes. So was that the streamer doing that, or was it a viewer using the streamer's text-to-speech feature? Because I feel sorry for that streamer having their stream derailed, or possibly happy for that streamer, depending on how much they charge for their text-to-speech redeem. Abby says right after you did that, she took the same quiz and got 1,005. You have some catching up to do. Okay, Abby, you're dealing with a hardcore Pokemon fan there. That is very impressive. But you know, can she list like all their moves and all their abilities and so on, or however Pokemon? I don't know how Pokemon work, what type they are and that sort of thing, or has she just memorised the names? It was a view as kind of streamer's brand that people try to make the most annoying TTS. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've avoided the temptation to have TTS on this stream. For that reason, I think it's just too easy to be annoying. So breweries get points for being next to seaweed farms, which get points for being next to breweries. Okay. This is 2 points per seaweed farm, this is 4 points per seaweed farm. We're going to place the brewery first. And we obviously want to place it by the coast, because we want to place seaweed farms next to it. Now these are not seaweed farms, these are hop fields. So they can't go in the water. But later on, presumably we will unlock seaweed farms which can go in the water. So want to try and cram all these in as close to the brewery as possible to maximise the number of points I can extract, because once, if I move it too far away and it's out of range of the brewery, I don't get the extra points. It can be a bit fiddly. The hitboxes in this game are not always particularly obvious. At first glance, you've sort of got free reign to place things anywhere you like, but like it's not always obvious exactly how much space you need to fit something in, and that does come into play a lot in later levels when you have more buildings to fit in. Ooh, El Tibago, with a very appropriate plant redeem. You can tell Tibago knows his stuff, by the way, with these redeems. So Tibago has requested, I don't know if some of you might not have seen this before, one of my stream segments now is I will tell you a little bit about a plant of your choice from my Big Botany book. Yeah, this is an example of where it looks like there's space for something but there isn't. There we go, fit them all in. Cheddar Pink, as its name suggests, is found around Cheddar, which is also where cheddar cheese comes from, but more importantly it's very close to where I live, so I'm very familiar with that. And I have, in fact, it's an extremely rare plant in the wild, but I have actually seen it in the wild myself. And recorded, so I've submitted records of it myself. So it's not like the ghost orchid and things like that, which I've never seen and probably never will. Okay, so I'm going to have to take the hit here with this lumberjack. I'm going to have to lose 6 points for there being another one right next to it. But I do get a net. This shows you the net score above the thing, and in fact, it is actually possible to lose points if you play something particularly badly. This is a net gain of 14. So I'll put it there. Yeah, I'll do the botany redeem when I've finished this island. Each island only takes a few minutes when you're playing it at speed. So, I've just sort of been explaining how it works. So now we're into the real city building part of the game. We have city centres. And then houses get bonuses from pretty much every building you can put in the city. Mansions are a bit more fussy about what they get points for. But the big thing is the city centres. You really don't want to put two next to each other because that will lose you 40 points. And this is quite a small island, so we're probably going to want to put one of them over here. The only thing it gets points from at the moment is a windmill, so we'll put it next to the windmill. And then, yeah, you see, I don't want to lose that many points. I'm just going to put the other one over here. So at least I don't lose points. Then we'll put a mansion here. I try and sort of cluster these around the city centre to get points from it. Okay, so the island icon on the right is now filled up. You can keep playing on the same island, but, well, as you can see, I'm going to run out of space pretty quickly. And every island you go to, they get progressively bigger, and you get more and more items to place on them. So, yeah, see, here's the next island. You do leave your previous islands behind, so don't get too attached to the cities you create. I shall do the botany redemption now. Ren says, what does one brew from seaweed? And yeah, as he Telbigo? I just called you Telbigo. I must be tired. As Tibago says, you do make beer from seaweed. But yeah, also I was, as you saw, placing hop farms next to the brewery. So they weren't just using seaweed, but if you have seaweed on the map, then you get a bonus from putting it next to the brewery. Not sure if she knows all the moves and stuff, but you wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's... See, I've never really played Pokemon games. I did some Pokemon battles with my brother, like, 20 years ago. But yeah, and beyond Gen 1, I definitely never learned anything about Pokemon. So, Pokemon is her favourite thing ever. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're fairly into it, Abby, so you two are clearly a good match, and I wish you both the very best of luck. Let's have a look at some botany. Keep that music running in the background. Cheddar Pink. I'm not sure whether I should change the stream category for these. They usually only take a few minutes, so I might just leave it how it is. Cheddar 674. Okay, it's in the other volume. Ren is asking about the paper models on my shelf. I will answer that in a moment, Ren, if that's okay with you. I'll just do this botany stuff first. These books are heavy. Abby says these are two very large books. I've decided to store them separately now. They actually come in a single case, which I used to have to lift out of my wardrobe before I reorganised my streaming area. This is actually, I mean, I'm not suggesting you buy it. In fact, I'm explicitly telling you not to buy it. Also, my let's not mirror my camera while I'm trying to do something like this. Webcam, don't flip. Plant Atlas 2020. This is a printed copy of what's actually available on the BSPI's website. It's basically all the records of all the plants that grow in the UK and Ireland, whether wild or not, but especially tracking the populations of wild plants. And yeah, there's no reason to have these ginormous books because it's available online. But the reason I have them is I have been participating in botanical recording for many years, and so my work is partially reflected in these books, and I have them as a sort of commemoration of that. But yeah, there's no reason for anyone to own one, even if they're a keen botanist. Anyway, Cheddar Pink. Here we go. Debago would like the outfit. Okay. Right, I might need to do a quick geography lesson for our American viewers. So let me just get that set up. Oh dear. Professional quality streaming here. Here's a map of the UK. And I live in Somerset, which is in southwest England. One of the main features of Somerset is this very small range of hills here called the Mendip Hills. And one of the most important features of the Mendip Hills is Cheddar Gorge. This is actually like a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I think it's like a globally important habitat for Plants that grow on limestone. The Mendips are mostly made out of limestone, and Cheddar Gorge is no exception. It's small in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's not the Grand Canyon or anything. It's not that big, but it's, first of all, it has a road going through it, so you can actually drive through the whole thing, which is quite spectacular. And secondly, incredibly diverse array of plants can be found there. Let me get a photo of the gorge itself up to give you an idea. Yeah, here we go. This is a good one. So you can see that there really is a road going right through the middle of it. The plants that grow here include some species of whitebeam, which is a type of tree that are not found anywhere else in the world. Like anywhere, not even anywhere else in the UK. They just grow in this gorge, and there's just like 100 trees, and that's all. So that's like really, really important to preserve those. Cheddar pink. Let me get a photo of that now. He's a very pretty plant, which, I mean, cheddar pink itself is not rare because it's a garden plant. So it has been, there are many varieties of it that have been grown for use in gardens. And I'm trying to find a picture of the wild one, and all I can find is a stock photo. But yeah, you can see on the left here there are many different garden varieties, but this, I actually know exactly where this photo was taken. You can see Cheddar Gorge in the background, and I know exactly where that spot is because it's that rare. This is what it looks like. It grows in it doesn't just grow in Cheddar Gorge, it grows elsewhere on the Mendips, but it mostly grows around the village of Cheddar, which probably better known for its cheese than for its pink flowers, but there we go. Okay, let's read from the book. Cheddar pink, a densely tufted perennial herb of inaccessible crevices and ledges, example here, on Carboniferous limestone cliffs, though it is also found in tightly grazed, species-rich limestone turf. It reproduces only by seed. This species was once abundant in Cheddar Gorge, North Somerset, but there was a long history of gathering plants for commercial use for gardens, and the lower slopes were stripped of it long ago. There is no evidence of collection in recent times, and in some localities populations have increased following statutory protection, scrub clearance and the reinstatement of grazing. Several introductions close to native localities have taken place over the years, for example at Brean Down. Brean Down, for reference, is just over here, and is another protected habitat with some important species on it. However, it is possible that some outlying populations close to native sites, which are assumed to be non-native, e.g. Draycott slates, may represent a formerly more widespread distribution. Draycott slates is this nature reserve right here, and it has one cheddar pink plant in it on a ledge. This this plant is so rare that even its description in this book has debate about whether one specific plant is native or non-native. Some people think it was planted in the nature reserve. It's on the ledge just here. Some people think that the native distribution would once have been along this entire southern edge of the Mendips, rather than just in Cheddar Gorge, and that the plant in Draycott slate is a relic of that population. So it would once have been all the way along here. But yeah, nowadays it's confined to a few of the more inaccessible parts of Cheddar Gorge. So yeah, still very rare and still very protected. There are records of escaped garden plants elsewhere in the UK, although only 5 or 6 such records. But yeah, the only native records are right here. And I'm not going to dox myself by saying where I live, but it's in this area. And if you've watched one of my more involved botany streams, you'll know that I've actually visited pretty much every square kilometre of land in this area in the search of native plants, and I've done a lot of recording of them. So thank you for that, T-Baggo. You chose it because it's my county's flower. Yes, it is the county flower of Somerset. It's also very, very rare and something that, as a botanist in Somerset, I have a duty to try and protect, I guess. So thank you, T-Baggo. That was very interesting. Let us go back to the game. Close all these windows I've opened. Did I miss any chat? Cheddar Gorge sounds like your dream vacation. Can't wait to gorge on cheddar. I mean, there are plenty of places to buy cheese in Cheddar, don't worry. If you want to visit for that reason, you most certainly can. Traditionally, cheddar cheese was matured in caves near the foot of Cheddar Gorge. So you can certainly try some authentic cave-aged cheddar while you're here. Abby says, I did get into Pokemon, not just learning the names, but just the last few months you mostly did it to impress her, but it works out. Ah yes, the lengths that people will go to impress their loved ones, or potential loved ones. I mean, it's kind of sweet, really, isn't it? And I'm really happy for you that things are working out. T-Baggo says, even though you've never been there, you're guessing you'd recognise quite a lot of Wells. So yeah, I mean, I've put the map away now, but Wells is it's technically a city because it has a cathedral, but it's a small town at best. It's very, very small. It's the smallest city in the UK. It's not the it's the smallest city in England. St David's in Wales is the smallest city in the UK, which is again has a cathedral but is even smaller. And so, yeah, people might know Wells Cathedral if they've seen pictures of that. It's definitely out of place instead of in such a small town and very spectacular. But you may also know it, T-Baggo, from the film Hot Fuzz, which was filmed in and around Wells, and the Wells High Street features in it. So, yeah, if you've watched that film recently, you would definitely see some familiar landmarks if you went to Wells. That Pokemon Reese. Exactly, T-Baggo. Anyway, I'm going to put the books away. And, yeah, since there was an outfit redeem request, it's not a very exciting one today. God, these are heavy. Outfit has been redeemed. Ah, yes, T-Baggo is a fan of those films. That's good to hear, T-Baggo. Yes, it was quite fun knowing that something had been filmed. I mean, I don't live in Wales, but obviously I live near. And it was fun knowing that a film had been made there. Thank you, T-Baggo. So I will now address Ren's comment about my shelf. Yeah, I mean, feel free at any time to ask about any of the things on my shelf. Although, yeah, this this is the point. This is a consequence of being a botanist, as I have all these Ordnance Survey maps here. But these things. So it's not like modular origami. This is just pieces of thin card cut to shape and then taped together to form a geometric shape. You can see the tape on the outside of that one. All the others, the tape's on the inside, but I had to put it on the outside to finally sort of seal it up. I actually made this in 2012. This is 11 years old. Well, 12 years old now. But yeah, winter of 2012 I made it. So it's held up remarkably well. I don't know if you can tell, the spiky star-shaped one there, that's kind of, it's starting to fall apart. The tape is coming off. But this one is holding up surprisingly well for something so old. I might make more of them at some point. It has sort of been in the back of my mind that I could do sort of hands-on crafting sort of things on my stream. I think if I was going to do that, I would probably want to invest in a second camera, because I think when people do that sort of thing, I mean, I've watched a lot of Shania's streams. She does Lego and art and stuff like that. You want one camera pointing at your face and one pointing down as a top-down view of your desk, so you can see what you're making. So there is an investment before I would be able to do that. But yes, that's a possible future content idea. And as you can see, when I used to have more, but those are the only ones that have survived this long. I have quite a collection of them back there. Anyway, back to the game. We've just come upon this new, slightly larger island. No problem then. Ancient Cosmographer said, I used to do so much origami. My parents have a big box of all the models I folded. Yeah, I mean, I've never really done origami as such. I mean, this, just to be clear, this isn't folded because each of these squares is cut out from coloured cardboard. So this is blue cardboard, this is yellow cardboard, this is pink cardboard. So each shape is cut out separately. I didn't fold it together from a net. I had to tape the shapes together first. So I wouldn't count it as origami, but origami is another thing I could try, to be honest with you. Yes, at one point my parents had a big box of my stuff as well. I finally took it off their hands once I got my own house. For a long time it was all stuck in their attic. I will take the opportunity to show off new buildings as soon as they become available. It looks like we're starting here with just some of these guys. Can I get more than 15 for a second one? Probably not. How many trees are there around here? Not very many. Okay. Go here then. I should be able to. It looks like I should be able to pick up these trees as well, but it would require placing it. Oh, there we go. 16. It would require placing it on this cliff. Yeah. Good luck entering and exiting this now. Then this can just go in the middle. Yeah, I mean, oops, missed out some points there. I love the art style of this game. The gameplay is a bit simplistic, but it's also relaxing, casual game. But I love the art style for some reason. I love these little conical buildings, and I especially love the city buildings that will show up soon. I just think they're really cute. Okay. bit difficult to place this sawmill now. I might just put it over here. So get 7 at least. Actually, can I get more than 7 over here? Yeah, I can get 11. I don't know if my maths is good, then 11 is more than 7. Ren says there are many traditional origami flowers you might enjoy. This is very true, Ren. I also have some botany themed Lego. It's not like a conventional Lego set. It's like a wildflower arrangement made out of Lego, which I'm going to put together at some point. I did wonder if I should do that on the stream, but again, I think I need to change my camera setup first. But yes, once I've done that, I'll put it on the shelf behind me. I think that would be a nice addition. Brewing next. Okay, so they've given us... so exactly which things you get with each new building depends somewhat on what you already placed. Like, they'll give you a few items that go with your existing buildings. Let me try not to knock any trees down when I do this, because I might need to place more lumber mills, you never know. The Shaman Hut is quite a fun one. They don't want to live near a city centre, but they also don't like to live near each other. So you sort of have to put them as far away from each other as you can. But they like to live near flowers. And that's obviously something I approve of. How many flowers? Yeah, I can get them within range of 3 flowers here. So let's do that. Check. Get 18. Get more here. Even though I'm losing points, I still end up... It's a net benefit because I'm within range of both of my sawmills. So I can get... Yeah, I can get 31. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, just that sort of planning and optimization of where you're going to put each building to maximize the score based on the scoring rules. It's one of those things that's like fun to do, but not like it doesn't matter. It's not super important to the game if you miss a couple. I like games like that. They're quite relaxing for me. So yeah, the sort of mechanic is you lose points if it's too near the building of the same kind, but you want it to be near the things that give you points, which are these fields. So if we just put it there, maximises our points. You're not actually required to put windmills somewhere like exposed on a hill where there's wind. Like this placement is just fine. You can sort of try and go for realism and make a city that logically makes sense and looks like it could exist in real life. It wouldn't necessarily be good in terms of score if you did that. Let's go ahead and start a siege farm over here. Get those extra points. There you go. Nope. yeah, I think I should get more for starting a new field. These are quite fun. We don't need one yet because we haven't built any buildings, but I'll just show you. If you run out of space, which you will do on some of the smaller islands, you can actually start extending your city into the water. So let's do that over here. You can build one of these. You can build it any way you like. You could build a city completely out here if you wanted to. You just wouldn't score very well. Score more for being next to trees, but the maximum points I can score means putting it under the land where it's not actually going to do anything. Ren says, I like rotating the view is really rotating the world with the sunlight staying stationary. That is true, Ren. The angle of the sun is fixed and it's the world that moves, which is interesting thought. By the way, this game does actually have a day-night cycle, but I have it switched off. The reason I have it switched off is I think it's a bit hard to see what's going on stream if it's on. If I just make it be night. You can imagine if I'm trying to place buildings on this, I feel like it might not be the easiest thing to follow on stream. So I have the day-night cycle off, but yeah, this is would go through a whole cycle if you were actually playing with that on. So yeah, the graphics are actually reasonably good in this game. Let's continue. Yes, sorry, it does the rooster time every time dawn comes, so I thoroughly confused them there. Oh, I should have... Yeah. Just thinking I should have put this slightly further back from the cliff edge so I can cram in one more field here. Get another lumberjack in place. I think even though we're losing points for two of them, I think this is still the best placement. 20, oh no, 20, 23. 23. Ren says SimCity 4 had day-night, but I think SNES SimCity had the best idea with seasons, given the rapid flow of time. Yeah, a lot of city builders have experimented with different sort of cycles. I think City Skylines also had a day-night cycle. That's probably the most recent, like, proper city builder I've played. This doesn't have seasons or anything like that, but I think seasons are a very nice touch to any game that sort of spans over a long period of time. If you imagine something like Stardew Valley without seasons, that would just be a much less interesting game. Let's see what I can do on this. So it's 5 points for being next to this and 3 points per flower. So unless I can find another spot with 3 flowers. And I can't put it here because it doesn't like being next to its friend. They like to live apart from each other. So I'll put it over here. That is big enough to move on, so let's move on. So yeah, I mean, I suppose in a way you have seasons with this game because you have different atmospheres on the island. Like this one is a snowy island, and the other one was a grassy island. But this won't change. This won't change to like spring and summer. It will always be snowy until I move on to the next level. And some of them are like red grass or purple grass, like not real things that would exist. It still looks nice there. Now we have brickyards. They each get 10 points. Oh, they get 6 points just for existing, but they also get 4 points. Yeah, if they're within range of sand. Just this bit down here. Is there a statue anywhere on this island? Sometimes they give you a statue to start with, and sometimes they don't. If they give you a statue to start with, it sort of encourages you to place everything around there. This time they haven't. So I'm just going to place them in different parts of the island. They're not near each other. I should have put these slightly closer together so I could have one sawmill cover them both. Hello Pleblu! Welcome to the stream. Are we shrimping? Good point. I don't have a shrimp check redemption. Unfortunately, I do have a posture check, which is... Well, I have a stretch, which sort of comes with posture check, which is basically the same thing. But yes, on the Ophelia stream we have an agreement that you get free shrimp checks, so I should probably let you have it even without the redeem. Oh. We are trying our best not to shrimp, although we are a little tired. Oh. Thank you for stopping by and reminding me. I will do my best. Okay, let's actually build some buildings this time. So the fishing thing, this is a weird little building. I think it's designed to, it's designed to like sit out in the ocean. Gets points for being near seaweed, but also for being near cities. So we want to put it offshore, but within range of what we've just built. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for redeeming Flower of the Day. You're up to 8 flowers now. How is my top joint favourite penguin? I hope you're doing okay today. Ah, I can get 12 here. Yeah, it almost becomes a jigsaw puzzle with these buildings, trying to fit them together almost like a game of Tetris. Like Dorf, you don't get to provide them with any roads, but you do get to build things like fountains and some other civic buildings later on. Yeah, we want that to be in range of all the buildings because it gets a bonus from each one. So to maximise our score, I think we actually want to place the rest of these first, just making sure we've left enough space for the fountain. Yeah. Does this score the most? So yeah, you tend to get these sort of crowded little cities that do look a bit like historic cities in the real world, except we don't tend to have big slanted pyramid-shaped things like this in the middle of our cities. There we go. So that's, yeah, 42 for this fountain. They're not the same as the shaman huts. In particular, these are one of the few buildings that don't mind being next to each other. They like being next to fishes and seaweed and stuff like that. So, there's a couple over here. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they don't like being next to the brick thingy. So, they don't like being next to the lumber mill either. Yeah, because we've got lumber mills everywhere. I think this is actually this is the best place to put them. So they're only within range of one of them. Tipago says, is there a good reason we seem to be industrializing these pristine islands? Well, yes, because that's the object of the game. But I do appreciate your concern, Tipago. That is a point. Some of these industries are not particularly sustainable. I mean, the forestry is probably okay. But we do add other things like mining later on. Right, yeah, the fishing things really don't want to be next to each other. So let's arrange them so that they're just out of range. Still benefit from the bonus scores, hopefully. I can do that. No, I can't quite do that. Never mind. You're just going over here. I feel sorry for the people who operate that one. Park. This is another city building, so it mostly just gets bonuses from... The buildings are sort of divided into city buildings and industrial buildings, so you tend to get these buildings that you see. They score points for every city building they're next to, but lose points for every industrial building. Parks are really short and thin, so you can slot them in gaps between other buildings. There's not room for anything else. Here we go, okay. Sometimes you've got to search a bit to find where the best score is to be had. Yeah, we run out of good places. As you get further away from the centre, it gets harder to score good points with these buildings. Do you get these? These are like platforms that you can build more buildings on, and they get points as well. Let's put that there. Yeah, see now I get slightly more points for this building if I put it on the platform. These towers are quite fun, they get points for every building they're in range of, so you can get quite high scores with them. I think 28 is the most I'm going to get. That is, yeah, every building is giving a point here, so there we go. Thank you T-Bago for redeeming drink water. Welcome to the stream. Oh, that's not you. Well, it starts with L, it's close enough. Thank you, Elfie55, for redeeming drink water. I'm so used to it being you that does the drink water redeem, Tibogo. When I see L somebody redeem drink water, I just make us up. See, exactly. This is what normally happens. Thank you, Elfie, for keeping me hydrated. A reminder to everyone in chat, hydration is for everybody, not just streamers. I encourage you to drink some water or find some water to drink. Much Catch says, no more name the penguin. Well, that's because we named the penguin. The penguin now has a name. It's called Pebbles. Ow, 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 stretch. Ow. Adequate stretching. Catcher, we're playing a little game where you build cute little cities on islands in the snow. Not always in the snow. It's quite a nice chill game for a Sunday evening. Right, this new building we've got, the warehouse. Yeah, so this is one that benefits from being next to industrial buildings. Does not want to be next to another warehouse. So much can we get from this? We can get 8 or 10 or 10 or 16 here. Oh yeah, it also benefits from the fishing things. So actually I should have left space here where these huts are, never mind. We'll put it here. Get 16. Not sure quite how you make a pond on one of these plinths, because it clearly has something underneath it which you'd think the water would leak into. But that might actually be my best option in terms of score with this pond, to put it on the building. On the plinth rather. Yeah, I think this is the best option. That's what we'll do. This one we can squeeze into this little gap and get a few more points out of. Circus. Okay, so the circus just benefits from being by houses. Loses points if you put it next to mansions, which are the big houses. So I suppose you want to sort of segregate your city, I guess, and have all the mansions on one side and the cities on the houses on the other. We can go there and get 8. These don't like being near each other, so I'm just going to put this one. I'm going to put it over here. Have fun with the fish. Hello, Pro Stoic. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for renewing your subscription for a 3rd month, and also for redeeming show outfit. Matcha also would like to see the blowhigh. Blowhigh? I still can't say it properly. The blue shark thingy. Thank you for the continued chill vibes. No problem, Pro Stoic. I'm glad you like it. Since I haven't shouted anyone out yet today, let's shout out Pro Stoic. The world's first and possibly only Stoic VTuber. Plays a lot of games, but particularly Final Fantasy Online, I think is probably your main thing. So, well, I know T-Bago is already aware of your channel. But, if anyone else here is a fan of that sort of thing, yeah, T-Bago showing off the subscription badge. I'll go and get the shark and show my outfit in the process, I think. No blowhighs were harmed in the making of this stream. Thank you, Prostoic. problem with my new streaming setup. I've put a rug down under my desk because the carpet was wearing a bit thin where my desk chair is. I'm trying to stop that from happening where I've moved it to. But now it's tricky to move my desk chair around because of the rug, so I'll have to come up with some other solution at some point. Sorry, we should be playing the game. Back to the gameplay. But also hug the shark, that is very important. Just going to keep putting these here, it seems to work pretty well. And we've unlocked the next island. Let's finish this one off quickly before we move on. There we go. So each island gets progressively bigger and bigger, and you can see you start to make these nice little cities. The next one will be even bigger. So this is an interesting landscape. It's very square. You don't normally see grassy fields this shape, so I'm guessing this is some sort of ancient temple that we're building on top of. Okay. Yeah, this is an indie game. The graphics might need some work. I'll avoid focusing on that part of the map so that it doesn't annoy anyone with that flickering. Let's build our city over this side. Okay, yes, we get to actually choose where we put our statues this time, which is good because we can, can't put them too close to each other. But these are what give you the points in the sort of right at the start of the game. Almost every item you place at the start gets points from being next to a statue. So you want to have a series of them covering the area in which you intend to put your first few buildings. Like that. Yes, it's a glitch in the Matrix, Debogo, or possibly just lazy programming, I'm not sure which. But I'll stay away from that part of the island because I know it can affect some people to have that sort of flickering going on stream. I wouldn't have shown it at all, except I wasn't aware that it happened in this level, so apologies for that. Right, I can't put these next to both of these. So this time, as well as the brickyards, we actually have sand pits. So the sand pit gets 3 points per brickyard. The brickyard gets 4 points per sand pit. So we should place the sand pits first. And we should try not to have the sand pits in range of each other, because that loses points. So one there, one here, one there. We can also have one over here on this page. And then brickyard, we can make a brickyard here that's in range of 2 of them, and a brickyard here that's in range of 2 of them. Yeah, there we are. I think that sort of maximises the points we get from those buildings. And it actually gives us a 3rd brickyard. This is awkward because we're going to lose points no matter what. Actually, we can put it over here. That would be... yeah, that would be 17 if we put it there. We can get 13 there. Yeah, 17 is going to be our best bet. Oh, we can get really high score here. Look at all these trees. So I think I'll actually place the sawmills first. How does this work, says Machukacha. Oh yeah, sorry, you missed my introduction at the start. So this is a game about building little cities on islands. In the bottom left corner, which I'll actually move the chat out the way slightly so you can see. There's a score counter. And the little bar around the outside will advance as you score points. As you can see here, this shows how much it will advance. Every time it makes a full circle, you get to unlock another set of buildings. Placing the buildings will give you points. The more points you score, the more this meter on the right hand side fills up. When it's full, you can continue to the next island and then you start building again. Each island you go to, you get more and more buildings to place, so you get bigger and bigger cities. The way that the scoring works for the buildings is each building gets points for being near things and loses points for being near other things. So you have to take those rules into account and sort of figure out the best placement of the buildings to optimise that. The game ends if you don't manage to score enough points to unlock the next set of buildings and you can't build anything. But yeah, it's also nice to just play through and not worry too much about the end of the game, just have fun making little cities. So yeah, this is 7 points per lumberjack. This is only 5 points per sawmill here. You want to place these first. And I think because there's so many trees here, I think, yeah, the optimum place to put these is going to be all next to each other. Even though that loses points because there's just so many trees here. And then I'm going to want to put these either side of this. There we go. I think that's the most points I can get with that. And then once I've done that, I get to choose another thing. So for example, the brewing pack gives you a brewery, which gets points for being next to hop fields. So let's go ahead and start working on that. Brewery over here. I think I can build hop fields. Yeah, I can build hop fields on the beach. I'm not sure how that works in real life, but in this game you can build hop fields on the beach. So we'll do that. Because the brewery also gets points for being next to seaweed farms, which, as you might imagine, are in the ocean. Right, are we finally at the point where it's not more points to build it here? That's 20. Yeah, this is still 26 we can have here. 27 in fact, so yeah, it's still better to put it here than to put it anywhere else. So that's what I'll do. Get another brickyard, so I can have 13 points for one there, or there. I don't know if these islands are affected by climate change and sea level rises, but if they are, then they're going to have to do something about their brickyards. This is a new one. Mason. How does this work then? It gets points for being next to brickyards, among other things. So yeah. But okay, so it has to, I guess it's like cutting stone, so you want it to be on a cliff edge or near some stone, like anywhere on here. But just, next to all these brickyards is going to be the best option. And then, you lose points if they're near each other. So I can only get 16 over there. I actually still get more points for putting it here because it's still next to the 3 brickyards. So I'll just stick them all next to each other, I think, and then now it's more points to put one over here. There we go. Not quite sure what I've done here. I seem to have stacked them on top of each other. Don't think they mind. some more hops. This is not Jenga. No, it does feel a bit like a sort of horizontal Jenga sometimes, fitting all the buildings together. This is another sawmill, so I want to be away from these sawmills. I didn't quite... I should have moved this one over here so I could have fit 3 round this cluster of lumber things. I can still get 3 of them if I'm putting it there, so I'll do that. Yeah, I have to plan ahead in this game, and I don't always manage to do that. Another one of these. So we would only get 8 for going here now. Yeah, that's not very good. Get more for going up here. Yeah, we can get 12 there or 13 there. Or 16 here. 20 here actually, yeah. I have it on good authority that that is the higher number. See these benefit from being next to the masons, but they lose points for being next to each other. So I can't just put it here right next to all the masons where I'd like to put it. That's worth 20, 24, 29. This is probably the best then. There we go. So it's right next to 1, but it's only next to 1, it's not next to any others, so it only loses a few points. All of that. Not quite sure how this works. It just seems to be a wheel spinning in the sand, and somehow that harvests the sand, I guess. And windmill over here, where there's space to build fields. Yes, I agree, Matcha. The sound effects are very satisfying in this game. Sounds when you place the things. Okay, 21. 24 if we put it over here. Yeah, because we get out of that range of that one. I think that's the best we can do. Yeah, we can't quite get them all in because that's what we did with this other one, and now it's in the way. 16 might be the best we can do. Oh no, 17. Yeah, and 20. 20. Yeah, okay, that's the best we can do. So unorganised, but it works. Yeah, I mean, each turn I'm sort of placing things in the optimal place to put them on that turn. It's not necessarily the best possible way to do it, because if you sort of planned ahead, you could maybe find a better arrangement. I mean, it's not that unorganised. Like, the lumber yards are all in the forest, and the sawmills are all around the lumber yard. There's a mill with some fields next to it. There's a brewery with some hop fields next to it. The sand pits are all scattered around the beach, and the brick factory things are all around the same area, as are these mason things. I mean, everything's sort of logically laid out, just the exact placements are based on exactly where they need to be to score the most points. Which I think is nicer than just having everything in a regular pattern, because that would make the game boring. Okay, the shaman really doesn't like being next to any of this stuff. He likes being next to flowers. Unfortunately, there are flowers over here. He's not going to look out his back window, I guess, and just ignore all this stuff that's here. There are more flowers over here. So I'll put the other one there. Seaweed farm. Okay. I'm going to put the seaweed farm over here. Towards the sea always helps. Yeah, well, the shaman doesn't like being next to anyone, which is why their building is lonely. It is by design. They lose points for being next to other buildings, including each other. Whereas these, although I'm losing 24 points for putting this here, because I get so many points from the trees, I'm still getting a net increase of 23. Whereas if I went over here on my own, I would only get 20. So it's still better to put it here, even though there's already 4. Don't think we need one of these yet. We've got plenty of building space. So let's get a city. Get some buildings going. That's actually some more seaweed. We'll do that first. And then cities. See the actual this city building thing. This really likes being next to mason things, and that's 45 points. The problem is, other houses do. Okay, yeah, there are city buildings that don't like being next to the brick yards, but they like being next to those mason things. So I guess, yeah, putting it on here is probably a good idea. Putting it in the middle would be even better. But then my city would sort of be stuck in this sand pit. So I'll put the city up here. Oh no, there's shamans up there. I should have thought where I wanted to put the city, because it's sort of, I've put other things everywhere now. Let's put it up here. It still scores more even with the shaman there. Yeah, this doesn't care that the shaman is there. It's only the city centre building that does for whatever. This actually benefits from the shaman being there. I need to make. Yeah, I need to make a little area to put the fountain in. To get the most points, I need to surround it with buildings, whilst making sure I leave space for the fountain at the end. Okay, it does just about fit there. Big enough space? Just barely big enough. Okay, that's good. Get the maximum points for that. There is a way to fit this in front of the brewery, it's just a slightly awkward placement. There we go. Even though it's clearly not on land, that does count as a placement. didn't quite leave enough space there. That's better. This city looks very crowded, but it's the best way to score points because all these buildings like to be next to each other. And I do quite like the result. Quite like the art style of this game. Sure, purple on green is the best style choice. Yeah, the colour scheme is different on different levels, but on this one, yeah, despite having this luscious green grass, they decided to paint their roofs purple. Might not have been the best idea. These ones are alright, this roof colour is a bit more natural. I thought there was room to get something in this gap, I just couldn't get it to go in. Yeah, there we go. It does in fact slot in. It feels very precise with the mouse. It would just about slot in there. Almost ready to go to the next island. Not quite. I think this will give us enough points now. perilous little walkway along here. Okay, now we have enough points. Just finish off placing everything. Really left space for the circus, have I? It benefits from houses, but there's no room to put it up here with the houses. I can put it down here and it sees a few houses for 8 points. It actually gets more for being on here. 10 points. Despite the minus 15, this is still the best place to put one of these as well. Yeah. Okay. Next island. This was quite a nice little city we built, I thought. Just nobody go this end of the island. There's a reason I put nothing here. This is where the glitches live. Don't want to fall in there. Let's see where we end up. Ah, another snowy land. Looks like the statue is pre-placed this time. Yeah, this is a very cold one. Hopefully their seaweed farm isn't frozen. Tibago shall not divulge why he was excited for the circus. I don't know. You just excited to go and see circus performance? I don't know. Sometimes if Tibago says he shall not divulge something, it's probably best left unsaid. I didn't see that little tree there. We can score 18. Score 12. That might be too close to the city later on though, so let's stay over here. I don't think I've ever been to a proper circus. They're not so common anymore. Let's put this one up here and this one down here. So they both see that lumberjack. You've been to quite a few. Oh, that's interesting. Really any other trees on this island, so I think we're going to have to cluster them all in one place again. we actually now get more points for going over here. Yeah, this is 5 points. This is 5. Oh, we can. No, we can, I tell a lie. We can still get more points over here. That's 23. Okay, I think we've built enough infrastructure. It's time we got a city made. Got all these industrial buildings and no city. Get plenty of points for this at least. Nowhere good for these huts. They're going to lose points no matter what. Yeah, that's interesting. You can't place parks on this rock. So these guys don't get to have a park. The park will have to be down here. This game seems fun and all. I don't have really much to say about it. No, that's fine, T-Bago. I mean, yeah, it's fairly repetitive now. I mean, there's still more buildings to unlock that we haven't reached yet. But this is all it is. It's just building, gradually building up a little island city. It's just seemed like the sort of thing that would make a nice casual Sunday evening stream. It'll probably just be this one stream. We already have a game redeem from Equi to play Roll on our next Sunday stream. And we're also going to tackle Dwarf Romantic monthly challenge at some point, and we've still got the conclusion to a Monsters Expedition. So we're definitely not short of stream content. This just seemed like a game that would be worth making a stream out of, and I think it's gone okay, all things considered. Not sure of this game, but you remember Lady M playing something similar. Yeah, there are a few games sort of along these lines. I don't remember if it was this one or not. But yeah, it's the sort of thing that would appeal to fans of Dwarf Romantic, which Lady M definitely was, so I can understand that. Think about the order I put these houses, because they're different shapes. I'd like to try to fit both of them in and get 11 points for each level. It looks like there should be space here for something, but there just isn't quite. Oh, hang on. There we go. I managed to squeeze something in that little gap. Yeah, with a little patience, it's surprising where you can fit things. Get lots of points from this warehouse now. What's the best I can do? The best place to put it would be in the water here. There's not quite space, unfortunately. Can I do better than 51? I don't think I can. Oh, hang on, 56 I can get here. Okay, that's probably the best thing. Another city centre, because I think we've about filled out everything we can do over here. As you can see, we're still only halfway through progressing to the next island, so this is the point at which, yeah, it really starts to make you build a bigger city before you can move on. Let's fill in this bit next. Circus. The circus is back, T-Bago. I once again forgot to leave space for it. Fortunately I can just squeeze it in back here. Do better than 20, yeah, 27. It's getting a bit cramped down here now. given us a third city centre, so we'll also start one over here then. I think it's worth the extra points to put it here. Not being able to build parks up here is going to get annoying. To put them where we can. This is another new building, the gold mine. Minus 20 base score, but it gets 35 from a gold vein, and I think the only gold vein on the map is over here. Yes. Well, you basically have to put it over here. So that's what I'll do. And then this building, the jewellery, which gets points from gold mines and also from mansions. Fortunately, I have a load of mansions up here, which I can attach this jewellery to, and it's within range of the gold mine, so that worked out nicely. Let's put that there. Daytime on the Sunday is kind of slow for streamers for me to go, so we're looking. Found a UK streamer who was making a fursuit. Was really interested, then raiding into a blacksmith, which was also super interesting. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I have considered making things on stream myself. Not anything nearly as interesting as that, maybe. Making things out of paper or Lego is a thing I could do. But yes, Sunday tends to be fairly slow. I mean, the reason why I stream Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays is that I work full-time Monday to Friday, so these are the days that I have time and energy for streaming. And the other days I really don't. And you can see how unenergetic I am now, so you can imagine how I am on other days. It's not good. So yeah, best I stick to these days. Regardless of whether that's when my viewers are around, I'm afraid I'm going to have to stick to those days. I don't think this level actually has flowers on it, so the shamans aren't very happy. They do like seaweed as well, but I already put 2 of them next to the seaweed. So it's going to be hard to score anything with this, because if I put it near seaweed, Tibago says, keep you busy on late night weekends. Yeah, I've been trying not to go too late recently, and apologies if obviously feel free to go to bed at any time. We'll probably stop the stream after 3 hours, which is not all that far off now, another half an hour. I'm not sure if we'll finish this game. I think this is one of those games that you can play for quite a while. And the gameplay is all sort of quite the same, so if we don't get to the end within 3 hours, I might still just say, well, you know, it's enough to give you an idea of what the game involves, and it's a nice chill way to spend an evening. And you can always try to design your cities a bit better than me and edge out a few more, just squeeze a few more points out of the game mechanics, but I prefer playing it a bit more casually than that. Yeah, I needed to wake up for. Yeah, I mean, some days you volunteer, don't you, Tibago? But Monday is not one of them. So I think you're all right for tonight. But yes, I will try not to go too late on Sunday. It's definitely got nowhere good to put parks now. Hopefully, well, this is the thing. If we run out of buildings and we haven't completed the island yet, that's game over. So we might get a game over just because of that. In which case, that will be the end of the game, and then we might end the stream there. Hello, Car Cutie. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for redeeming your first flower of the day. Yellow Archangel is a very nice flower. I hope you enjoy it. We're currently playing Islanders, which is a fun, chill, casual city building on an island game. You get points, but really it's just, here's a nice little island, build a nice little city on it. Don't worry too much about the layout, it's always going to end up a bit jumbled. It does look very cosy. So there's a bunch of rules for each building about how many points it scores for being next to other buildings and so on. You can certainly try to optimise that if you want. But you can also just try and build a nice city. No one is going to stop you from doing that. In this case, for some reason, I've crowded everyone onto the beach and then left these guys uphill. These guys are up here because they benefit from this jewellery shop, which benefits from being near to a gold mine. And the gold mine benefits from being near to gold. So all of this is up here because of that. Oh, we have the market now. This is another one that, yeah. It scores points for being next to these other buildings, but I can't actually fit it anywhere. This is actually quite a tough level because the amount of usable building space is quite limited. Okay, I'm going to put some other buildings in and come back to that one. Let's put another mansion. The mansions benefit from this jewellery shop. The houses don't, so I guess it's only the people in the mansions that can afford the jewellery. Can I only get 6 with this? Oh no, I can get 8. I saw 8 come up. Where was it? Oh, I have to go like that. There we go. It was actually 9 in the end. Hello Abby, welcome back to the stream. Your city has grown quite a bit in the last hour and a half. Well Abby, not only that, but I've probably reset several times. If you were here an hour and a half ago and it was snowy, we actually progressed to another level that was green grass, and now we've gone to another snowy level. So I've started from scratch at least twice. Yeah, the way this game works, once you fill up this meter on the right hand side of the screen, you finish the current island and you progress to the next one. And you try to see how many islands you can complete. So far we've done 5? It's either 4 or 5. I think we've done 5. Yeah, we've done 5. There's an achievement for doing 20, I think, so we're certainly by no means at the end of the game. But I think we've unlocked most of the buildings. There are a few more we haven't unlocked. Like this is the first time we've had a market. I wonder actually. Yeah, it's offering me plateau. I'm going to be sneaky here. I wonder if I can build the plateau. Yeah, you can put the plateau out to sea, so it doesn't get as many points as it would for putting it up there. But once I've done that, is that the best place for it? I think it might be. I'm going to build this in the middle of the sea, and then I'm going to put the market on it, and then the market gets more points than it would have done. There. running out of space for parks since they have to go on normal land, not rocks, which is that they can only go on the white bits in this level. Here's some new buildings then. Resort Oasis. Gets points for being near hops and plateaus and parks and fountains. Basically, points for being near things that aren't buildings, and loses points for being near things that aren't buildings. So we definitely don't want to put it up here. Even over here would lose. Yeah, that would lose a lot of points. Do we have space for it on this side? Yeah, okay, this goes decent amount of points. It makes sense to have it away from everything. Another plateau. Okay, let's see if we can get something that scores well this time instead of just trying to make a place for a market. Put one on top of here actually. That's 24. This is mine. We can sort of wedge one in here. We get a lot of points for that. Where was it that it fit? I saw 36 as a score. Yeah, there. Okay, sometimes this game is a little bit fiddly with the placements, I do admit. There. Get more points for putting it exactly there, because it's also in range of this city centre, that's why. Okay, we'll build some more buildings on there. This is one of the top tier buildings, the temple. One of the few buildings we haven't placed it. I'll do the tavern first. I think the temple scores more points the more buildings you've got, so we want to place as much as we can first. Another fishing thingy. Okay, it scores 9 even though we're losing all those points. Do better than that? Oh, yes, we can. 12. 12 is more than 9. And 18 is more than 12. Welcome to Maths with Emma. 19. Any advance on 19? I think 19 is the most. T-Bago just sneezed 6 times. You're not even allergic to anything. Oh no, T-Bago. I hope you don't have the flu or anything like that. I hope everything is okay. So the tavern benefits from being near houses and breweries and city centres. You might guess that tavern likes to be near the brewery. So yeah, if I can get it within range of both breweries here, that's going to be a big score. 49. Looks like it should fit here. Ah, it does fit there. Yeah, 51. Can I do better than 51? Probably not. That's most of the houses and both breweries. So we'll go with that. These lumber things are right where I want to put the warehouse. 32, 43. Ah, up here might be best. This here. No, that's not as much. Yeah, a lot of the buildings I would like to have within the warehouse's range are there's just no land around them, so I can't put it there. So 43 it is. And you got your voice back at Christmas for being ill in October. Yes, you mentioned that before, G-Bagger. I'm sorry that that happened. I guess stay away from people. Stay at home and watch Twitch streams. Don't go anywhere where you might catch germs. Okay, should be able to get something from these towers. So I can't build next to this tower, unfortunately, which is right in the middle of my city. I need to have it far enough away that it's not affected by that one. Otherwise I lose all the points. So 31. Can I do better over here? 28. Oh, 32. It's annoying that I can't get more stuff in range of this tower. But, oh well. That's what happens when you don't design things properly. I think 32 is my best. And then the second best is going to be somewhere over here. 28. Your life plan, you only go out on Tuesdays, although you'll need more vitamin D pills. Yes, for anybody living in northern latitudes in general, and the UK in particular with our notoriously cloudy weather, in the winter you need vitamin D supplements. Even if you have pale skin and go outside in the winter, you almost certainly would benefit still from vitamin D. Mine is very, very low without supplements, and if you have dark skin and you live in northern latitudes, then that counts extra. You absolutely need it, because what little can be made from sunlight, your body's not going to be making in winter. Okay, temple or wall? Let's see what I can get for a temple now. What I should have done actually is left this platform free for the temple rather than putting a house on it, because it needs quite a big area. Hopefully I can still... yeah, okay, there are places it will go, it's just that they're going to leave me points. Is there somewhere over here I can put it? It needs flat ground. Yeah, I shouldn't have put this house on this plinth. That was a mistake. Hello, Harry Green. Welcome to the stream. I hope your evening is going well. Okay, right now I see the best score I can get with this is minus 140 15, so I might just not place it for the moment. Maybe we'll get another plinth offered to us. We can redeem it. Not much opportunity to score with these little huts on this island. The only thing we have that gives points are these seaweed fields, but we've put so many huts around here now that there's no way we're going to score. Oh, hang on. I didn't think we'd fit another building on this island, on this little headland, but I was wrong. I just saw that it made space. Hang on. Try to... There we go. 23 points for that one. Surprising way you can still cram things in. Too many buildings? I mean, we're getting near the end of this level. That's why the game takes you to a new island every so often, so that you get the opportunity to start afresh and not have too many buildings. I think it's just with this one, it's a little awkward because a lot of things can only be placed on the white area, not the black area, so they have to come down here. We still haven't filled up the island meter. So if we don't make it to the top of the ring here on the score line before we run out of building placements, then we lose and the game's over. We've only got one more left, so I think we were sort of relying on getting like this would be like 100 points here, except I forgot that we needed a plinth plateau for the temple to put a house on. We don't need a plateau for the temple, like it will go here, but then it will lose points. I thought there would be enough flat land here to put it on, but there doesn't seem to be, which is unfortunate. I've got another resort oasis as well. There might not even be space for this, because this can't go on the rocks either. It can only go down here, and we already used that land. So we can put it here for -1 point, which I don't think we want to do. Yeah, okay. Maybe just bad planning, but also I think this level is just difficult in general. Get more than that if I go over here. Yeah, so I don't think we can actually use either of these two buildings, but we do get to use water balloon. Now, balloon, I believe, goes by total number of houses, but of course, as you would imagine, it's a balloon, so it floats above everything. So I can sort of, I can still get points for all this stuff I built down here. Yeah, 55 I think is the most I'm going to get. Let's get 55 points. How am I meant to hail Satan with no temple? I don't know. I mean, okay, so we've made it round the circle once again to get our next placement, so we might still be able to progress to the next level, but unless we get another plateau offered, yeah, as I say, I shouldn't have built this house on here. This was a mistake. The first plateau I put the market on because I wanted it near these buildings. We have another fissure. 17. You advance on 17. 18. You advance on 18. Still 18 here. Yeah, if I move here, it gets too close to the seaweed farm. It loses points. If I move it round here, it's going to be too close to the other fissures and lose points from them. So, yeah, I don't think we're getting more than 18 round this side. So let's go with that. think this scores a lot of points as well, if I've got space for it. Okay, yeah, that's based on things like parks and city centres. So, yeah, actually over here where I put all these parks, that's 24. Yeah, this is only 23. Yeah, here is where I would score most, but I don't think I've left space for it, which is, yeah, I should have thought ahead. I just have put it in 36. Put it there. Right, if I can close this bit of the circle, then the run is not over yet. Which I think I probably can with these buildings. Just say, excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, building. Would you mind awfully just shuffling over a bit so I can plop down in front of you? Okay, we get one more thing after this. We are very close. This meter on the right is getting quite close to the top of the island. We've just got this last bit to do. Although if we do lose now, that's probably a good place to end the stream as well, since we're coming up to 3 hours. Don't put them too close. How are they going to open the door? Look, if the game lets me put it there, I'm putting it there. How these people actually walk around is their own problem. I mean, there is a minimum sort of gap between the buildings. So they should be all right. There's space for a hut down here. Yeah, plus 6. Oh, we can put, yeah, one, if we're not going to use this plinth for a temple, which we're not, we can put a park on it. It's more points than putting a park anywhere else. This is some real British town planning. No, this is better planned than most British towns. I didn't have to get planning permission for any of this. Right, hang on. Is this plinth... I'm not sure if the wooden plinths are big enough for the temple, or if you have to have a proper plateau. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Where can I actually fit this? Can I fit? I wish I hadn't put this fish here. I'd rather have a temple where the fish is. Okay, it does fit on, but I don't want to put it there. That's minus 45. Is there anywhere I can fit it that would actually gain me points? Ideally, I want it as close to these buildings as possible. So I want it where this white one is, or thereabouts. But these, as its name suggests, the water plateau can only be placed on water. You can't put it on land, because that wouldn't be a water plateau. What about here? No, that's still minus 70. Oh, the market loses its points. Okay, well, I actually don't want to be near this market. And I'm guessing it loses points here as well. Yeah, I want it to be near the town, but I can't get it near the town because there's seaweed in the way. Which is not a sentence that most people have ever said. Yeah, I think even with this, I don't think there's any way for me to score enough that to make it worth placing. I do have another market. Now this will score some points. 32 down here. Put it straight in the mountain. I mean, yes, ideally, I mean, you build a temple, like carve it into the side of a mountain. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. I don't see why it can't go here. And just dig into the side of this mountain. That seems like an entirely reasonable thing to do. Right, let's see what mileage we can get out of this market. 44, 48, 50, 50. Okay, any advance on 50? Why does it not fit? Why does it not fit here? Okay, I can use this for the market. If I can't use it for the temple, I can use it for another market. I think, because it's next to this market, it's going to lose points. Yeah, it's not worth putting it there. So 50 is going to be the best. Debagger is challenging that placement. So yeah, can I close this gap? Because I'm out of new buildings now, so I need to close this gap in order to not lose. We have some more huts. Can I get more than 12 from the huts? Possibly yes, if I can squeeze it in around here somewhere. Yeah, that's 18. 16, 17. Yeah, there's still space for huts down here. There's not space for anything else, but there's still space for huts, which might just save me. Put two buildings together to make a better building. Yeah, most of these buildings, Matcha, lose points from being next to the same type of building, so actually putting two of them together is really what you don't want to do. Huts are an exception to that, though. You can just put two huts next to each other, and they're quite happy. And I might as well put this somewhere, just wherever it scores the most. What buildings we get next? Oh, wall. Hang on, this might save us. Yeah, water plateau doesn't work, but we also have in the game wall plateaus, which you can place on a wall, like this. But it's got to not be overlapping something else. Is that going to be enough to save us? I can't place the temple. Come on. Oh, here might be. That's still minus 64. Come on. Come on, game. Game. Wall plateau. I can put it here. This must be good enough. Minus 29, are you serious? Where would it actually go to score points then? Here? I think here would score points. Minus 9. Oh, I've just realised building this actually gives me enough points to go to the next island. Okay. Well, that's a solution of sorts. I would quite like. I'd like to end by building a temple. That would be quite nice. So let's see if we can do it. Actually, first of all, let's see if we can get the other resort oasis down. Because I get 3 of these. So let's see if I can build the second resort oasis. without losing points. No, they can't go on the plateaus. Okay. Oh, hang on. I can actually get a point. Okay, I can get 4 points for it by putting it there. So I'll do that. This last hut. Down. There might still be room for it down here, actually. Yes. Still fitting things on this little area. Okay, and that's enough for us to progress. So I'll just try and find a temple somewhere, preferably somewhere that doesn't lose me score. You'd think having it above this area would be good enough, because look, it's getting points from... Oh, it's the circus. The temple doesn't like being by the circus, which is costing it points. That's unfortunate. Yeah, here is our best bet. It's still minus 37. Oh, it's this. Yeah, and it doesn't like being by windmills. Yeah, I didn't know what the temple needed to be next to, so I didn't plan with that in mind. It can't be next to any industrial buildings at all, otherwise you just lose points from it. Oh well, never mind. Find somewhere. Find the place that we lose the least points and build it there, just so I can say I've built a temple. Minus 25. Oh, actually, can I put these next to each other and then build something across both of them? Does that work? I guess not. Ah, okay. 13 points. Potentially I think you can get hundreds and hundreds of points from a temple if you plan better. But there we are. I built a temple. We got some points from it, and I've got these leftover platforms that I don't need. Yeah, so you can start building your city out into the sea if you really want to. But that was actually very well timed. It's exactly 3 hours since we started the stream, and yeah, there's a temple here. I will just head off to the next island just to see if it's not a snowy one. Ah, yes, okay. So yeah, I think it sort of alternates between. This is British weather island. It's cloudy and raining, and the game just progresses like that. So I think I'll probably end the stream there for today. But I don't know. I might come back to this game. I'll see how I go. Next stream I'm not going to come back to this game because I'm going to do Equi's Redeem role. It's a boring mountain at the moment, but you wait till it's got temples and platforms on it. Yes, next week will be a Viewer Redemption game, and the week after might be Dwarf, depends when I get to the Dwarf. But yeah, that's Islanders. It's available on Steam. It's only... how much is it on Steam? It's not very much. Yeah, it's $4.99 in dollars, or even less than that in pounds, probably about £4. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you very much in particular to Pro Stoic for the subscription, to Ren for the subscription, to Grandcast Fro from following off of Dragon Girl's raid, and of course to Dragon Girl for the raid. Thank you, Harry, for following as well. I think that was after the last stream. You were in the previous stream, but you didn't follow me after the stream. So thank you for following me. That is very much appreciated, and I hope to see you again here in future. I know you're one of the Ophelia enjoyers, so it's good to have a little community of us here. I'm going to look for somebody to raid now. Yesterday was not a success. I don't think anyone was really online, so hopefully we can raid somebody today. Yes, actually, speaking of Ophelia friends, Lana the Panda is on, so I'm happy to take raid suggestions from... God damn it, Matcha. Don't play the start music when we're ending stream, okay? Especially not over the top of... especially not over the top of other music that we're also playing. It's really rather annoying. Anyway. Oh, hello, Ophelia. Ophelia, I'm very sorry about what happened yesterday. I do sincerely apologise. I have issued an apology in the Discord, but also I should apologise to you personally, Ophelia. I hope we can still be friends. I'm guessing you just dropped by to redeem your flower of the day. Thank you. It is much appreciated for you to be here, even for a moment. And yes, you didn't miss much today. I didn't end up doing the dwarf in the end, so you didn't miss that. We played a little game called Islanders, which was a very nice, cozy, casual puzzle game. So we were just about to raid out. I've done my usual 3 hours. I think is about a good length of time for non-Scrabble streams. You were lurking a bit. Okay, well you'll have seen a little bit of the gameplay then. As I say, it's the game isn't very much. It's only like $4.99. There's not a whole lot of gameplay. It's just what I've shown you over and over again on different islands until you fail to score enough and you lose. But it's a nice build some chill little island cities. And yeah, I think we'll head over to Lana the Panda for our raid this evening. So let me just get that Lana the Panda. Lana the Panda is awesome and you should all follow, that goes without saying. If you are a subscriber to my channel, why not use this raid message? If you're not a subscriber to my channel, why not come up with your own raid message that has Gertie Raid in it somewhere? I will be back on Friday with probably the concluding part of the main Monsters Expedition playthrough, but there'll be lots of side puzzles to solve, and who knows how many streams those are going to take. Saturday will be more Scrabble. Sunday will be Roll, the game requested by Equi. Thanks again to Equi for that. That's probably going to be a whole stream's worth, but if it isn't, we could always slot some Dwarf in at some point, because I do still want to try out the monthly challenge. Thank you for the quick hug, Ophelia. Let me send you one back. Thank you. I hope we can be friends again, and I'm sorry about yesterday. I didn't mean what I was. The problem was I was a long way behind chat, so I was responding to old messages without looking at the newer messages, and I didn't have the context of what, and I didn't realise that I was coming across as argumentative because I hadn't seen your later messages, so I just kept saying things that I just shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. And I've accepted there's a problem with how I handle my streams when the chat is busy, and I have posted about that in Discord, which I'm sure you'll read at some point, and I'm open to suggestions from any of my viewers as to how best to deal with busy chat, because it's evident that my approach doesn't work. Anyway, I think the raid just went through, so I'm going to end it there. Bye for now.